Daf Nuntes Amud base. We saw the top of the Amud. We just saw the Brachot of Birkas Achama of Orei Chama B'Tkufosa. So most Mefolshim learn like we learned yesterday. As we could see the Gilin Hashas over here on the side. It brings the Aruch. Well, the Aruch had a different Gilse. Lo Yehoya Lo Yehagilse. Ve'imas Omar Abai. He didn't have this Gilse. And he understands that the Birkas Achama is B'chal something else. It means, one shot, for example, he says, for 3 days it was it was rain. And you couldn't see any of the stars or any of the Ger Me'ashomayim, any of the moon or the sun, and then it cleared. Then that's what Chama B'Tkufasa, and that you make a bracha. Another pshat means that Chama B'Tkufasa means B'toikfo. In Tammuz, it was very, very hot. July, August, when it's very, very hot. That's the bracha of Birkas Achama. But Mir on, as we said already, like that's what Rash in the Reg over here when he brings the that is the Okay, so let's go back how they make the cheshbon of Birkas Achama, and to just finish off with the shabtai. What's the shabtai? As we said, let's see it again inside. Tanu Rabbanon, Orei Chama B'Tkufasa, Levono B'Gvurosa, V'Koichom B'Msiloisam, U'Mazalois Kesidron, Oimer Boch Oize Bereshis. Ve'im Asaber, when is this Chama B'Tkufasa? Omer Abaye, Kol Chov Ches Shonin, in 28 days. Ve'odar, years, years, yeah. The interesting is, saying years, the thing, reminded me of Shaila. There was the Stipler. Stipler brings an interesting Shaila. He went out to do Birkas Achama. And the Derek Lal Birkas Achama was in the beginning of the month, of Nisan. And he had the suffix because he didn't do yet Birkas Hailonos. What comes first? Comes Birkas Hailonos. So what comes first? What comes first? If it comes first, the Todir, Sheinoi Todir, and Lechoire, this is 28 years, so it's less Todir. Mashenke Birkas Hailonos, the bracha is much more Todir. Why? Because what bracha you make on Birkas Achama, Oise Maise Bereshis. Oise Maise Bereshis you do more often than it's not so Stevie noch Name says straight away Todir Girech. It's not so posh. It's not so posh. Okay, basically the shaila is, he went out of the house. He was already an old man. He didn't leave the house. But he left the house to be the mitzvah of Birkas Achama. And then on the way to Birkas Achama, he sees over there a tree, a blossoming tree.
He hadn't seen the sun. You have to go to a certain position to see. So when he's walking out, he sees the trees. He could make the bracha there.
The shaila is what to make first. So you had the suffix.
You see Horoya, that means that moment.
You see both. That's our shaila.
How long does it take?
So that's a mitzvah Iveres, no? It's not a Kayim Shem. It's not exactly Iveres. Or Iveres, when you say Iveres, you can be Kayim this, you're not going to be Kayim that. You don't have enough time.
All months you can say.
Okay, you can do it also Tul Chatzois.
Yeah, what a year.
Tul Chatzois.
We don't say a whole month.
Okay, they also, you had enough time to do one. So the Shaila was an interesting Shaila. Do we say on the Maisa Mitzvah? The Maisa Mitzvah is Todur Sheinu Todur Koydem. This is 28 years, as you just said, 28 years. That's what you reminded me. 28 years. Mashenken, this is every year. Right? We look in the Bracha. The Bracha itself is Maisa Bereshis. It's more, you do more often than. So he brings B'Shem B'ni Harav Reb Chaim. Chaim Kanyasi, he brings the Shmoi that he answered Al Pi Rashi in Sukkah. Rashi in Sukkah Dafnun Bo. What do you say?
This came with time. Time, the other one has no time attached to it.
So what has
the time is the shaito, not the shaito.
Oh, so
both says Horoya. The second you see it.
Both the shaila is what is more. The more is we look at the Bracha, we look at the Ma'aseh Mitzvah. He looks the guy from the Rashi in Sukkah Dafnun Bo. Rashi says over there that Gabi Shechionu. It's more often Shechionu. Why? Because you do it also on Kelim Chadoshim, and also, so you see that the Bracha is more often. We mele kum toys, that what you're going to have to make first. You have to make Birkas Achama. But there's and I saw Koitzim that disagree with it. There's the Masas HaMelech, Reb Simonic Diskin, Reb Shimon, I think it was called, and Masas HaMelech, on the Rambam, he brings a long arichas, he proves not like that, he proves from Rashi. Okay. Ayin Shom. So let's see noch einmal, okay, how we got there. Omar Abai, kol chov ches shnin ve'odar machzor ve'novlot kuvas nison b'shabtai be'urte betlas nage arba. Oil leyoim revi. That means at the end of the third day and the beginning of fourth day. So let's just begin to explain again how does it work. Well, we're gonna go just skip lots of things that it's important to know, but we're gonna just focus to come to the 28 years. Again, the Koichovim Yisiloisam and Levono Bikvurosa, the Mefarshim and Itpask, we don't say the Brachot because we are not Bekim Begir Meishamayim, the Chachmet Chuna. So let's just focus on what we do is Birkas HaChama. Birkas HaChama is when it comes exactly to the same place when it was in B'rias Olam. There is every year, we know there is 365 days and 6 hours. That means 365 and a quarter days. We have 4 different tkufas, and 4 different tkufas is enough community for lots of different things. So the luach mainly, we have also the tkufa, you shouldn't drink water, different halachas what we have in the tkufa. 4 tkufas, tkufas Nisan, tkufas Tammuz, tkufas Tishrei, and tkufas Teves. So if we come and take, and that depends on the chama. So if we take 365 and 6 hours and divide it into 4, we are 91 days and 7.5 hours. So every tkufa is 91 days and 7.5 hours. So let's start. B'rias Olam was on the Wednesday, right? Yom Revi. The Yom Revi, HaKadosh Baruch Hu was Tola Amoros. Let's say it didn't shine till the next morning. The shine is when in Chatzos Hayom HaKadosh Baruch Hu hungered. Well, let's say 6 o'clock in the evening. Then in Choname it started. Yeah. So when it's going to be Tkufas Tammuz, 91 days is exactly 13 weeks, right? 91 divided by 7, exactly 13. This is not 2. 13. 70, 10, another 21. 21 is 3 weeks. It's exactly 13. 13 weeks, it's going to come exactly Wednesday. Well, we're adding another 7.5 hours. So it's going to be on a Wednesday, 6 o'clock in the evening, plus 7.5 hours. It's going to be, Tkufas Tammuz is going to be 6 o'clock, 7.5 hours, 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, 1:30. Tkufas Tishrei, we're adding another 13 weeks exactly on a Wednesday, but another 7.5 hours. That means it's going to be when? 9 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be over there Wednesday morning. It's not going to be oil Wednesday, it's going to be oil morning. That's from Tammuz till Tishrei. From Tishrei till Teves.
It'll be Thursday morning already.
Thursday, depends on what we call it. If it was oil, then we said
9 o'clock is Thursday morning.
Wednesday, because it's oil. We said we started oil Levi. We started oil Levi. Okay, yeah. Now let's go from Tishrei till Teves. Another 13 weeks exactly. So it's also going to be on Wednesday, but another 7.5 hours. It's going to be 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right? 4:30 in the afternoon. When? On the Wednesday evening already. Let's go back a year later. We're coming back to Tkufas Nisan a year later. So it's another 7.5 hours. 7.5 times 4 is 30. 30 hours more. We're adding another 30 hours from one year to the next year. How much is going to be 30 hours? 24 hours is a day, plus 6 is a day and a quarter. So if we started the day when last year we started in 6 o'clock in the evening, Wednesday night. So now it's going to be Thursday, because we added another day, and not Thursday 6 o'clock. It's going to be Thursday 12 o'clock at night. Right? Because we added another 6 hours, a day and a quarter, 30 hours. Another year, we're adding another 30 hours, so we're going to push it to another day and a quarter, right? Yeah. So let's not talk about quarters, yeah? So when we're going to be mashing this quarter, because every year we have a day and a quarter, after 4 years. So 4 years, we have a day, 4 quarters, 1 day, and another 4 days. So after 4 years, we're going to have how much? 5 days exactly. That means 5 days exactly comes back to the same timing of the tkufa, right? Yeah, we following it? What? No but.
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years is going to come back to the same time. The same time, 5 days later. 5 days later, it's going to come to the same time. That means if it's 6 o'clock in the evening was the first tkufa, then when it was the first tkufa, it's going to come back to the same time, the beginning of the tkufa, 4 years later. That's called a mahzor cotton. Okay. Now, but 5 years later, 5 days later, it's going to be the mahzor. This we have a simon, the baz hagau. Daled, Beis, Zayin, Hey, Gimel, Aleph, Vov. That means if the first Mazel was on Daled, on a Wednesday, the next Mazel Cotton, that it comes to the same place, is going to be when? Monday, 5 days later. And the next one, 4 years later, it's going to be on Shabbos. The next one is going to be on a Thursday, like we said, 5 days. And the next one is going to be on a Tuesday. The next one is going to be on a Sunday. The next one is going to be on a Friday. So we have 7 times 4. How much is 7 times 4? What's going to be the next one? From the Friday, 5 days. Exactly, Wednesday. The next one is going to be Wednesday. The next Mazel Cotton at the same place, the same time, on the same day that the Chamo comes to the same point, and that is a Birkas Chamo. Just Bekitzel to understand how it comes to the 28 days. Yeah.
Mazel Cotton is 4 years or 28? Mazel Cotton, you say?
Mazel Cotton is 4 years. 4 years Mazel Cotton means when the Kufa comes back to the same timing, not to the same day, the same timing. To the same day and the same timing, that's a Mazel Gadol, and that's 28 days.
You said you're going to say something for
28 years.
Let's first slowly.
28 years, yeah.
28 years.
Yes, yeah.
Mazel Gadol is 28 years. There's lots of different details in it. Happy to discuss after the share. Anyone who has questions, I'm happy to answer. But that's just to understand how we get to 28 years. Now let's see the Rashi, Diba Masechet Shabtai, to see what is this, what we said Shabtai Be'urte. So as we mentioned Moti Shabbos, we spoke a little bit about Arichas at the beginning of the share. Moti Shabbos about the Mazolos, and we said now we're talking about Mazolos, they have nothing to do with the astronomy. This is Mazolos, what it is, the Gemara says in Kuf Nun Vov and Shabbos, that everyone that's born in Ma'adim is going to be a more hot person, that is going to, wants to see blood, or Umne, that means make his dam, or Shoichet, or Moyel, one of these things, or Tapche. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world, Nochoname created it with a certain mazolos that give a shpoi in the world, the people that were born in that time, and that's every 7 different mazolos. And they start hour after hour after hour to start to be Meshamish. How many hours we have in a week? 168. Right? 7 times 24, 168 hours in a week. If we take 168 divided by 24, it's exactly 7. That means every one of these 7 mazolos is Meshamish for 24 hours. Yeah. Well, it starts differently. It starts, everyone starts at the beginning of the night. He starts, for example, if we take the Seder, it starts Chankal, I think that's the Seder, Katznash Chalam, that means Katznash Chalam, that's the Seder. Sunday night, that means Moti Shabbos, yeah, I'm saying Sunday night is Moti Shabbos, Oyle Yom Rishon is Koichov. Oyle Yom Sheni, Tzedek. Oyle Yom Shlishi is Noiga. Oyle Yom Revi is Shabtai. Oyle Yom Chamishi is Levona. Chamo. Oyle Yom Shishi is Levona. And Shabbos is Ma'adim. Now we spoke Moti Shabbos about Ma'adim. So that's what we're saying. When we come, we make the bracha. When is the first hour of the Shabtai? That means when the sun comes into the... Now, we don't make the bracha then because you can't see the sun. And that's when we do it. The minute you can see the sun, and that's when on the Neitz Achamo and the Chazam Sofer, when he bavust, he has a whole nusach about it, how you say, what you say, and the whole discussion, the Achronim, if it's Yom HaMe'unon, and you can't see it exactly, if you have to see exactly the sun, or you don't see the sun, you see only the light is good enough. Okay, depends. Till Chatzos Nilchonam, you have to wait to see the sun itself. After that, you see it's almost Chatzos and you don't see the sun itself. You only see the light of the sun. That's going to be also good enough to make a bracha. We talk about, yes. Okay. So let's see Rashi inside. After we understood this, Rashi is just going to be much easier. Rashi Diba Masechet Shabtai. Shem Shor Rishono Shelel Daled. Shebois Shor Rishono Shelel Daled. שבאויס השור ניתלו מאוירויס ושבע שור יסי וחוי זו יתחול לילון. That means they go backwards the whole time as a circle. Shatzam Chanchal. We said Shatzam is Shabtai Tzedek Ma'adim Chamo Noiga Koichov Levono. Timtzo Behekef Sidro Shel Olam Simon Isho is Tchilas Aleilos, and that means Rashi now brings the Seder from Sunday to Shabbos. Koichov, Sunday. Tzedek, Monday. Noiga, Tuesday. Shabtai, beginning of the Wednesday, I mean oil, yeah. Then Chamo is going to be the beginning of the Thursday, Levono, beginning of the Friday, and Shabbos is going to be the Monday. Moti Shabbos Koichov. Yeah, Moti Shabbos means oil Rishon, Koichov. Tchilas Leil Beis, Tzedek, Tchilas Leil Gimel, Noiga. Tchilas Leil Revi, Shabtai, Tchilas Leil Chamishi, Chamo, Tchilas Leil Shishi, Levono. Tchilas Leil Shabbos, Madi. We say that Tchilas Hayom Ka'alois HaShachar. It starts in Nechoname when in the Alois. Chalam, Katznash, Tkuve, Moisheches, Mechaverto. Now, Rashi comes to explain what we just said before. Utkufe Moisheches, Mechaverto. How much is the difference between one Tkufe to the other Tkufe? Legabe, Nechoname, we say it's in the same day, but we're adding how much? 7.5 hours. Sheva Shoi, Sumechzo. Kloima. מסך ארס אחר היוי והשור שנוב לו בו אין חברתו, 7 שויס ומחצו. הרי 30 שויס ל4 תקופויס, היויים רביעייה לשונו. That means every day, every year, we have 4 different tkufas. We're adding 7.5 because it's going to be exactly in the same day, because it's 13 weeks, but we're adding another 7.5 hours. 7.5 hours times 4, 30. 30 is a yoyim v'raviyah. לדלת שונים, יויים ורביעייה multiply by 4, 5 יומים. לומדתו שאין תקופה נופלת בתחילת הלילה, אלא סויף דלת שונים, שהוא מחזור קוטן. And that's going to come back to the same, מחזור וזיין, מחזור קטנים, למחזור גודל. וסימונך, how many, when it's going to be the מחזור קטנים, דבז הגאו. הרי שאינו בו לתחילת דלת, אלא מחופכי שונים לחופכי שונים, בראש כל מחזור קוטן בו, בתחילת הלילה, ובראש מחזור גודל בו, לתקופה זו ראשונה שהוא תחילת ליל דלת. Told you simple the Rashi? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now understood the Rashi. Yeah, okay. Let's continue the sugi over here, weiter in the Gemara. We learn in the Mishnah. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Roya Yom HaGodel, he makes a bracha in Ochoname, she'oso is Hayom HaGodel. She'oso is Hayom HaGodel. If a person, Ochoname sees the Yom HaGodel, he makes a bracha she'oso is Hayom HaGodel. Says the Gemara. But that's in Ochoname only when he sees it leprokim. The person lives and on the sea, when he opens his eyes in the morning, he sees the sea, so he's going to make a bracha every morning? No. He's only going to do it leprokim. Atkam. What in Ochoname is called leprokim? What is Ochoname leprokim? That what we say the Birkas Hariyah. In every Birkas Hariyah, the Rosh over here learns, the Rosh learns from over here, that every Birkas Hariyah is going to be leprokim. And we have to know what's leprokim. For every Birkas Hariyah, not dafke for the Yom HaGodel, says the Gemara, Omar Rome bar Abi Omar Yitzchok ad 30 yoim. In Ochoname 30 yoim is a prokim that we pass in legabe all of the Birkas Hariyah, only if you see it in Ochoname for 30 yoim, and the 30 yoim is always a time, right?
Since you last saw
It's a time, it's a tkufat zman. Like we have a shana, a year, a chodesh. Chodesh is a, right? 30 yoim is a chodesh. Is a time, and that's why we say that this is Perek, or Leprokim. Ve'omar Rome bar Abbe, Omar Rabbi Yitzchok, Omar Rabbi Yitzchok. When they came and we do Maaseh Bereshis, we do only something that was not interfered by human being. Now there's a river over there, what's called Pras, or Chidekel, and these two rivers, we had a Kabbalah, certain Kabbalah, the time of the Gemara, that they actually played around with the root of the river. But there is some, in the beginning of the river, that over there, Nochanam is natural, so when you come to make the bracha of Oisem Maaseh Bereshis, you can do it only from that point. That's what the Gemara says. Omar Abitzok Roye Pras, Gisha de Bovel, only from somewhere above the Gisha de Bovel, so he's going to make Oisem Bereshis. That also now the Shanu Parsoe, so only mi Beishvoy, only a place that's called Beishvoy, only from there and above there you can make the bracha. We will oil. Rabbi Yosef Omar, from a place that's called Ihi de Kire, Uleil, and above and from there earlier. Diglas is the Chidekel. Hagishre de Shabistne, There's a place it's called Shabisna. Oimer boch oise bereshis. Mai chidekel. What's a pshat chidekel? Says the Gemara Marabashi. Shemeimov chadin. Like noitriko. Chidekel. Chadin, chidekel, and kalin. The person in the Cholam, it's not heavy on a person. It's not. They say that the Israeli water is heavy. They say heavy water. So this is hard water. It's light water. This is light water.
Why does it say by the didek you see Dafka Bashalis there, not anywhere else? If you see it anywhere along it.
We just said when you can do only if they didn't mishane.
Only?
But they didn't mishane it.
Oh, they did change it from.
Yeah, that would be had a Kabbalah that they changed it. No, fakir. My somebody should do on something natural. On something natural.
Suez Canal.
Huh?
Suez Canal.
Oh, that's the Mishavur means it as an example. Yeah, exactly. Mishavur means an example. What? You have Mishavur? Mishavur means an example. You know, a lot sweats. It's not. You never make a bracha. Yeah. You know, yeah. So something that you didn't mishane, that in the Chonam is going to be. If you something you didn't mishane, that will be oisa ma'aseh. But the way that the Kabbalah that will mishane it. Says the Gemara. Ve'omar in my pras. What's the pras? Shemeimov porim verobin. Meimov porim verobin means that over here Rashi doesn't say, but there's a Rashi in Poiras. The Rashi in Poiras says that porim verobin means that without any rain it grows. It grows even without any rain. I think that Rashi says in Bechoyos. Yeah. I don't have Rashi. Okay. Says the Gemara. Ve'omar Rove, Aide Charife Bnei Mechuzah. Bnei Mechuzah, they're sharp people. Mishum the Shasu Mai, the Diglas, they drink over there the water of the Chidekel. Aide Gichure, and why they're very red? Mishum the Misham Shebe'emama, and the day is that Dmimus Ayoim is mashpi on it. Aide Naide Inayu, the whole time blinking with the eyes. Mishum the Dairu Bebayis Ofel. Maybe that's why the Misham is Bayoim, because they're in the Bayis Ofel. And maybe they can't see, so they have to the whole time to blink. They have to the whole time stretch their eyes. Imele, they are blinking the whole time. So the Gemara. We learned in the Mishnah ala Gshomim. On the Gshomim you make a bracha, and what's the bracha? We see over a few nuschos. So you make a toiv ve'ameitiv. You make a bracha a toiv ve'ameitiv. Says the Gemara. Ve'ala Gshomim. And so toiv is also the Gemara says of that toiv ve'ameitiv. Says the Gemara ve'ala Gshomim. הטוי והמיטיב מבורך. ואומר רבו, הטוי והמיטיב מבורך, it's like a shayla, why? ואומר רבו, ואמר לו מסיס מילת הנברייסה, תנה. מאם עושי מבורכים על הקשומים. When you make a broche on the קשומים, מי שייצא חוסן לקרא סקאלה. That means, like when one drop comes down, so the other one jumps out in front of him. Like a chosen that comes out from the kale, so into the puddles. You can see sometimes it's raining, so you have to have a puddle for that, right? You have to have a puddle. And then one drop comes in, the other one jumps back out. So then when you make the bracha, what's the bracha? What you do when the chosen is yoytze likra skalo? When the chosen says Omar Rav Yudah, moidim anachnu loch al kol tipo v'tipo shoiradeto lonu. ורבי יוחנן מסיים באוכל, אילו פינו מולי שירו כיום, אין אנו מספיקים לא ידו יסלחו השם אלוקינו, עד תשתחווה, and the gears over here of the going is, וירום השמחו מלכנו, it brings the gears of the going, brings the gears of the reef, the gears of the reef, okay? עד כל קוימו לפונךו תשתחווה, yeah, that's the thing, what we're saying, ברוך אתה השם, רויב ארוידויס. says the Gemara, רויב ארוידויס, אלוהי כל ארוידויס, אומר רובה אימה, אוקיי לא ארוידויס. That's what you can say, אוקיי לא ארוידויס, not רויב ארוידויס, not אומר רובה, אומר הפופה, אילקח נמרינו לתרוויו. That's what you can say, both of the nuschois. Rav Papa always comes and tells us you should say both of the nuschois. Also the nusach of Roiv Aridois, and also the nusach of not Roiv Aridois, also the nusach what we said before, and Ilufinu Moli Shiro Kayom, and also Moidim Anachnu Loch, what we said in the beginning. You should say both of them. Both of them. Velo kashye. Oh, says the Gemara. Now let's go back to the shaila. What was the shaila? Shaila was on the Kshalom. We say atoiv ha'meitiv. Right? Now what do we see over here? Ganze nusach, whole different nusach. So we say atoiv ha'meitiv. We say on the Kshalom, or we saying over here other type of a nusach. Says the Gemara. Velo kashye, loy kashye. Oh, when we say atoiv ha'meitiv, that's when the Shoma Mashma. He heard that the rain. He didn't see no Haname that it was raining. Oh, when he makes Moedim Anachnu Loch, the Chose Michze, when he sees in his own eyes that it was raining, then he will make a bracha of a toiv, sorry, the toiv Moedim Anachnu Loch, and the whole nusach what we saw now. Says the Gemara, Shoma Mashma, Ein Besoros Toivos. If he just heard that the Haname was raining, this is Besoros Toivos. Now we learned now Mishneh Al Besoros Toivos Oimer Bo HaToiv HaMeitim. Elo, idi, both of the cases, what we said over the brachas, the Chose Michze. He heard, he saw, he didn't hear. Veloi kashe. Ho, the Ose Purte. When we coming in the making over there, bracha, Moedim Anachnu Loch, when he sees only a drop of rain, that means, Misha Yetzi Chose Likas Kalo. And ho, when we make Hatoiv HaMeitiv, the Ose Tuve, there came a lot of rain. When he say, Ose Tuve, then he will make a bracha of Roy Varidois, וכולי. Veiboy say, oh, the also too, it comes a lot of rain and he saw it himself. Veloi kashe, oh, when he makes a toiv ha'meitiv, the Isle Are, he himself has land. Oh, when he makes Moedim Anachnu Loch, the Lesle Are, he doesn't have a land. And that's why the toiv is not so much for him. Says the Gemara, Isle Are, a toiv ha'meitiv mevorech, if he has a land, he makes a brocha toiv ha'meitiv, he will make a different brocha, V'otanye, bono bayis chodosh, vekono kelim chadoshim. What's the bracha? Oimer bor shechionu giyonu lazman hazeh. So you make a different type of a bracha. Says the Gemara. Oh, lemaise this sugi of shechionu go in is a long riches. If you make all of this, the list we see over here a list. Bono bayis chodosh, kono kelim chadoshim, oimer bor shechionu. Do we say in all of it the bracha, or we don't say in all of these things the bracha? So Toises Sukkah, where he tells us that we make a bracha only hadvorim haboim mizman lezman. Dvorim haboim mizman lezman. So person buys kelim chadoshim. Today the meaning is to come to be to something else, new clothes, be to something else. We call if it comes mizman lezman or not. That's the shayla. Shechionu we do only on something that's come meiser abom mizman lezman.
Shechionu.
Yeah, where we say shechionu.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we're learning over here. Votnan, Bono, or we're not going to the Tanan over here, or Tanya, the feed the Masechet Shas, yeah? Look at the Gemara, just before the wide ones. Bono bayis chodosh, Kono kelim chadoshim, Oimer, what's the bracha he's going to say? Shechionu v'kiyimonu. So Tosis says,
But if you do buy
Tosis says
you make a new shechionu.
that what we make shechionu, one second. Tosis says over here, what we make shechionu. So Tosis says, only if it's kelim chadoshim. Voimeri, I'm reading from Tosis. Davke bevgodim chashuvim du yedabayis chodosh. No kat kelim chadoshim elo she'enom chashuvim. That means, for example, kemo min olim ve'an pilois ve'chaluk yoyze bohen, ein tzorich levorich. So Tosis says, if a person buys new shoes, that's what Tosis says over here, if you have new shoes, and pilois ve'chaluk, and pilois is socks, or just a poshet chaluk, ein tzorich levorich. You don't have to write. And Tosis brings also from the Yerushalmi that the bracha is not only on Begoshim Chadoshim, also on Yeshonim, but by Imitz Chadoshim, so he's also going to make the bracha. As I like Tosis over here. Some say that you don't make a bracha on he doesn't make a bracha on the shoes because you have to kill an animal for that. Yeah. Right? On clay oil you don't make a bracha. But the Rosh over here says, Yiroeli, Akol kefi ma shehu oni yasa bracha. Means one person can be very, very excited with a new shirt, and the other person, so today that they change the shirts every day, or every few weeks a person gets a new shirt, or whatever it is, it depends on the person, or a new suit.
Depends where it's from.
Depends where it's from. Akol kefi shehu. As I talk Tosis over here, he says a person when he makes mal b'sharumim, then towards the end of Tosis. As I talk Tosis. Yeah, okay.
said the point in Shechion is only his man. I thought that was something like new fruit is only born his man.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's,
we have all kinds of types of beds. I mean, in Shechionu we have a few types of Shechionus. We have a Shechionu on Yom Tov.
yeah.
We have a Shechionu on Kalim. And we have a Shechionu on mitzvahs. Certain mitzvahs what we make a Shechionu.
Yeah.
Pidyon Ben, Mila is a shine if we do Shechionu on Mila or not. Huh? Sfardi you do? There's a machlok in the Rishonim. And it's Israel, I think they also do. No? Yeah. We have fruit.
Yeah.
Everyone has his category why we say Shechionu. It's not the rule for everyone. Yeah. So I say that you're gonna make a Shechionu on only on something that's choshev. Only begodim when we make Shechionu on begodim, it's gonna be only on begodim chashuvim. Only on begodim chashuvim. When do you make the Shechionu? When you wear it, when you buy it. So the Taz says when you buy it. With a kinyan, shasa kinyan, you make the Shechionu. Like when it's raining, you make the Shechionu when then he has a noise from it. No, the noise is going to come only le'achar zman. It's not coming now. Same thing, the anoy will come later, but now he's having a anoy. You make another thing. Okay, Shechionu is a very, very long sugya. You're going to have to leave it for next time. Many other things. Says the Gemara weiter. What was the Gemara weiter? So the Gemara asks the Shaila, when a person sees Kshomim Yodim and his own sodas, he makes a Shechionu. And not as we wanted to say, the Moidim or Doiva Meitiv. And for the Gemara Loikashi, when he makes a Doiva Meitiv, the Islay Shutfus. That means he has a soda, but he has it B'Shutfus. So if he has a soda B'Shutfus, you make a Doiva Meitiv. Because the klal is, Hatoiva Meitiv metaken only when someone else has annoyed with him. Someone else has annoyed with him. He's not the only person. B'Shutfus, and if he has B'Shutfus, Hatoiv ve'ameitiv. Why? Because the mashmois of Hatoiv ve'ameitiv is Hatoiv, myself, ve'ameitiv to others.
So
Let's see the Gemara. Aguda Shaila. Let's see the Gemara. We just started the sugya now of Hatoiv ve'ameitiv. Says the Gemara. The Eastern Shutfus, the less they Shutfus, he doesn't have a Shutfus, the whole field belongs to him. And if the whole field belongs to him, he doesn't make a boche, so it's only for him and not for others. He doesn't make a boche of Hatoiv ve'ameitiv. He's going to make a Shechionu or the other boche, what we said.
So Shalit Kahona of the words, because up to now we have said Hatoiv, because boche Hatoiv, Meitiv Lacherim. Here it talks about
so
the
both of them is talking about HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Toiv Li.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with the
HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Toiv Li. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is also Meitiv Lacherim.
Now they look at the subject matter itself. To say this thing itself.
We talk about the Rebbeinu Shlomo. All is talking about the Rebbeinu Shlomo. Hatoiv, Rebbeinu Shlomo for me. Ve'ameitiv for
It's
Acherim.
because not anything, not just shoot first. Then you should be limited. Always, regardless of
Yeah. There's something about Votanya. Votanya over here is not a Shaila. Votanya is, Rashi says over here, it's Benichusa. The Votanya. Kotzoi, that means Kotzoi means a Kloloi. The Klal. Kloloi shel Dover. Kotzoi shel Dover. Al Sheloi Oimer, Bo Shechionu V'Kimonu. Al Sheloi Al Shel Chavei Oimer, Bo Hatoiv ve'ameitiv. For the Gemara, B'chol Eichad Deles La'achine Be'adei Lo Bo Hatoiv ve'ameitiv. When someone else doesn't have a Hanoim with him, he doesn't make Hatoiv ve'ameitiv. Votanya. Omuloi, if a person they came and told them, Sheyoldo Ishtoi Zocho. And so there is mashma that it's only if it's a Zocho. What if it's a Nekeva? Nishto Broche. Nishto the Broche. There's no Broche. He doesn't make a Broche. Oimer Bo Hatoiv ve'ameitiv. He makes a Bo Hatoiv ve'ameitiv. And he makes also, on a bus, he doesn't make the bracha, and it's a shaila the Mishnah speaks about, right? The Mishnah says if a person had lots of boys, and he was waiting for a girl, because he wanted to become the mitzvah of Peri Verivia, by a boy and a girl. So if he makes a bracha, Hatoiv ve'ameitiv, that is, afilu auch gesagt, macht es kein bracha Hatoiv ve'ameitiv. Osam nami, there's a meitiv who, the Ike Ishtoi Be'adei, the Nichelo Be'zochol, she's also happy over there that she has a Ben Zochol. Toshema, we bring another guy that someone who makes a Hatoiv ve'ameitiv even if he's Avano himself without his friend. Someone makes Oviv. and he's the Yoresh. Vo Yoresh Betchilo. So he makes Oimer Boch Dainu Emes. In the beginning he makes a Boch Dainu Emes. But then Besoif he gets also a big Yerusha. So he's going to make a Broche Oimer Boch HaTov HaMeitiv. So the Choyer he's got the Yerusha himself. And for the Gemara, no. Also Named the Ike Achim Koi Yarte. Named the Yarte. And he's not himself. There's more brothers. Toshema, that a person makes a Torah Amiti by himself. Shin, sorry? Now we're coming to the wine.
He hasn't got brothers and
So he's going to have to make a bracha, say.
He does make.
What, also if he's on his own, he makes a Torah Amiti? Shechianu. Not a Torah Amiti. If he's on his own, he's going to make a Shechianu.
If he's the only Yerush, he makes Shechianu.
I say he's mashman the Gemara. I don't know what's the halacha. What's the halacha? I don't know. Places, the halachas? Someone knows the halachas? Huh?
Somebody wants to say you need Shechianu. Who's a Ben Yochid?
Ben Yochid. And the Gemara, as is mashman the Gemara, I don't know the halacha. I don't know the halacha. And the Gemara is mashman, if he's a Ben Yochid, he's going to make a Shechianu. He's not going to make a Torah Amiti. A Torah Amiti is only when other people also have a no with it.
Yeah, halacha.
What's that?
That's the halacha?
That's what?
He makes a
He has the
Shechianu.
brothers, he says shechianu.
Yeah. I know there's a Rabbi Kvega I saw not so long ago, Rabbi Kvega's and Shinhei that if a person lost a son and the son had a lot of money and now he's yarshening his son, so then you don't make a Shechianu. That's Rabbi Kvega. Some say you should make also Shechianu because you got the money. Some say no, this is a Purano, so maybe you don't make a Shechianu on this. Doesn't matter how much money you made out of this. That's not Darko Shaloilam, but that's a Rabbi Kvega. That's Rabbi Kvega. Legabe, even if you're a Yochid, that's Rabbi Kvega, it doesn't make Shechianu. So Legabe, if
So his wife, if she passed away and she left money, was shechianu le'erusha.
this is
If his wife was.
says the Gemara. Okay, now let's get Rabbi Tzok Shaila of Yain. Let's see the Shaila of Yain. Says the Gemara. Toshema. A person makes a Torah Amiti even if he himself is having Yain. Why? We learned that there's someone who's drinking wine in the middle of the Sunnah and they bring in a different wine, yeah? Shinu Yain. That means they bring in a different wine, that's even better. Shinu Yain, ain't tzorich levoch. You don't have to make a boire pri hagofen. Why? Because a Shinu Mokoim, we went out to hit a different house and they bought them a different wine. Tzorich levoch. Why? Because it's a different marker. You don't have to come and make again a boire pri hagofen. Avol oimer, on drinking the bottle now, what he's going to come and make boch hatoiv on the second wine. He's going to make a boch hatoiv v'ameitiv.
That's always better.
Yeah, for sure. If the second bottle of wine is better than the first wine, he's going to make now a boch hatoiv v'ameitiv. So what do we see over there? Lechoyer is drinking by himself, and he's drinking by himself, and he's making a boch hatoiv v'ameitiv. And for the Gemara, no, he's not drinking on his own. He's drinking over there with together. Also, now in the Ike b'nei Chabur the Shose, Mimele is drinking together with him, and we're drinking together with him. They make a toiv v'ameitiv. If he's drinking by himself, he's going to make a shechianu.
So what do you say if the first wine is particularly good?
Sorry?
If the first wine
Was better than the second.
is particularly good and you know it's a good wine.
So you don't, that's only when the second one is a better wine. Well,
So
the
you
second
just-
one is a better one.
So you don't say it's overmated
Yeah.
even though you know it's a particularly good wine.
Okay, yeah, Toises, I'm taking them. Look at the Toises. Toises, the Mamas got Toiva meeting. The first Toises is normal. The first Toises is normal. Towards the end of the Toises. Okay, we don't have that time to spend on it. So is the Gemara weiter. Bono Bayis Chodosh. Bono Bayis Chodosh. Vekono Kelim Chadoshim. You also make as a broche, as we said, Shechion Wikimonu. Omar Avun Elo Ishonu. Elo when he doesn't have Shein Lo, he doesn't have other Kelim. Kayitzibon. Avol Yesh. He has already the same kelim, different ones. Ein, so levorich. He doesn't make a broche. Rabbi Yochanan Omar, afilu yesh lo. He had Yerusha, whatever it is. Kayotzboen. So levorich. Why? Because this is a new Kinyan, he has to come to make a bracha. So the Gemara. Michlal. Dechi kono, vechozar, vekono. Divrei HaKoil. Ain't tzorich levorich. Why? Because you're not gonna for him now. Only when he had before in Yerusha, and now he bought new ones, he doesn't have to make a bracha. But what if he himself came and he bought, and now he's buying again? He doesn't have to make. He says the Gemara. So why? Because Rabbi Yochanan said only if he had Yerusha different kelim, and now he came and he bought the same kelim, he doesn't have to make a bracha. And if he himself he has to make a bracha. Sorry, Rabbi Yochanan says he has to make a bracha. But if he bought for himself kelim, and now he's going to buy for himself the same kelim, no, he's not going to have to come to make a bracha. Why? Because the first ones already he had the anman. What's the machloiges? Omar Avuna lo yishanu elo shelo ikono v'choza v'kono, אבל kono v'choza v'kono, then ain't tzorich levorich. Rabbi Yochanan אמר, אפילו kono v'choza v'kono tzorich levorich. You do make a bracha. לפי רבי יוחנן. מכלל, דכי יש לו, וקונו, דיבי HaKoil, צריך לבורך. מייזה ובונו בייס חדוש, ואין לו יקייו יצא בוין. קונו כלים חדושים, ואין לו יקייו יצא בוין. צריך לבורך. Now let's be medayik. יש לו יקייו יצא בוין, אין צריך לבורך. דיבי רמיר. רבי יהודה אומר, בין כך ובין כך, if he has or he doesn't have, צריך לבורך. says the Gemara. בישלוימה ללישנה קאמה, Rav Huna k'Rav Meir, Rav Yochanan k'Rav Yehuda, that he makes a bracha even if he had already. Elo lishne basa, that even the chodav ekono, yeah, the lishne basa is saying even the chodav ekono. Bishlo Rav Huna k'Rav Yehuda. Elo Rav Yochanan doma keman, because not like Rav Meir, but like Rav Yehuda, because Rav Meir said that you make even when chodav ekono, and even when only when it's not chodav ekono. When it's chodav ekono, everyone's going to be masking that you don't make. Even Rav Meir is going to be masking. No Rav Meir, but Rav Yehuda. Omer Rav Yochanan. הוא הדין דל רב יהודה, קונו וחודו וקונו, נמי צריך לבורך. ממילא הם גויים לפי רב יהודה. ועוד כל מפלגה ביש לוי וקונו. Why Rabbi Yehuda comes and says the machlokes only when יש לו וקונו? Why doesn't come and says בחוזר וקונו? לא יתיח או כוי חדרה מאיר. אפילו in a case that when he's as and he's buying, Rameir comes and says that you don't make a bracha. Afilu kono v'yesh lo yin tzorich levorich. B'chol shekein kono v'chol v'kono you don't make a bracha. Yin tzorich levorich. Frag the Gemara v'liflegu b'kono v'chol v'kono. The yin tzorich levorich. Much more chidush. No, the answer is going to be fuck out. Lo yidiacho koichoi the Rav Yehuda. And why we prefer to come to be the koichoi the Rav Yehuda, the machlokes about kono. And not to say that the machlokes is a kono v'choda v'kono, then it's going to fit lefi Rabbi Yochanan. Says the Gemara, because koyach the teire odif. Yeah. Zog the Gemara. We learned in the Mishnah, mevorich al haro keshem shemevorich al hatoivo. That's a very hard darga, the kantu, mamish keshem. The same like he's mevorich al haro, the same thing he should be, the same like he's mevorich al hatoivo, the same thing he should come and mevorich al haro. That's a big darge to come to do. Says the Gemara, Eichedomi. What's the case? Kegoin, the Shokal Batke. He comes, he takes over there, the river has a Batke. A Batke is a Secher. How you call it? A bank. Well, now they're thinking to open up in Ganya. Yeah, at the end of the Kineres. Adam, you call it? Adam. They are thinking now to open up in Eretz Yisrael. The Sechet Ganya from the Kinneret.
It's also like Birchas
Huh?
It's almost
28 years.
Nearly 28 years since they last did it.
So and over here was not good. Yeah, over here is nofal. It broke. It collapsed. Over here is talking about it collapsed. Eichedomi. So what's mevorach al haro? Eichedomi. Kegoin the shoka. It fell down. Sorry. Batke, this Secher Be'arem, and now it washed all his crops, what he had over there, all his tvur, what he had over there in his veins. This is no good over here. The Afal Gav, the Inoch Name, in the end, Tave Yiledidei, in the end will be good for him. Why? The Maske Are Sirtoin, the kaka will be better because lots of it's going to fertilize. Now it's no good. but it will be eventually. It will be good because it's lots of water. Shabche. Ashtem mioroi. Now it's a bad thing. When we make a bracha, we look on the Indian what it's now. The Indian that's now, and that's what you look. So the Gemara weiter ala toiva. We learned in the Mishnah. Ala toiva. He makes a bracha also, and the mitzvah that's now he makes me'ein hara. He's making kishem shemavorchim ala toiva. Right? He said me'ein hara. So the Gemara eichadom. Kegoin the ashkach mitzvah. He finds over there a mitzvah. Afal, it's good for him, right? How could it be bad that comes out from the good? So the Gemara. Afal gav the roy the ishama malke. If the king will hear that he found the mitzvah, shokile will take it away from him. Ashte, mamash communism. Ashte, what's going to be now? Miyotoivo. It's a good thing for him. Meile machta beroche. He's going to make a broche of yatoivo. Says the Gemara, oiso ishto. If a person meuberes is pregnant, you want a zachor. Harei zu tefillah shov. This is a tefillah shov. Why? Because when it's decided already what's the mean. Friday Gemara, veloi mehane rachme. Veloi mehane rachme. It's not going to help over there. Tadam. Friday Gemara, Mosiv Rav Yosef. This Stevie asked. Mosiv Rav Yosef. Ve'achal yoldo bas. Vatiko shmo dino. Like the Gemara Ashayim. We darshan, what's ve'achal? What's the ve'achal yoldo bas? Ve'achal yoldo bas. Why doesn't it say vatar oy vatele bas? Right? Every nusach what we said till now, all the shvatim it says ve'achal yoldo bas. No, ve'achal yoldo bas. No, vatar oy vatele bay vatar oy. Vatar oy vatele bas. Why it says ve'achal yoldo bas? We learn out from over there. Ve'omar Rav le'achal shedono le'odin be'atzmo ve'omo. Le'odin the cheshbon. Yud bei shvotim asidin lotis mi Yaakov. Shisho yotzu mimeni. Ve'arbo min ashvachos, 2 of the shvachos. Together arei asor. Ve'im say this one that Tinochanam is going to be a zochor. So what's going to have Rachel is going to have only one shevet to be left. So she comes and she davens. Ve'lo yiteyachos yikach as shvachos. That was that each one of them had only 2 shvotim. Before she should be like the shvachos, she's going to be less than the shvachos. The shvachos, each one has 2 shvatim, and my sister Rachel is going to be less than the shvachos. Miyad nepcho lebas. The uber was nefach from a ben to bas, and the Targum Yonason says over there, the famous Targum Yonason, that nischalfu ubreyen. Dino with Rachel. Nischalfu ubreyen. Sorry, you heard that? Yes.
What?
Nischalfu ubreyen. They swapped. That's the Targum Yonason comes and says on the Pasuk. Says the Gemara. Miyad nischalfu inochanam so miyad nevcho lebas. So Yosef that was supposed to be by Leo moved to Rachel, and Dino was supposed to be in Rachel went to Leo. I think the Balatorim says that was the head for Shimon to come to marry Dino. It's not really a sister. Let's get them on. Shimon married Dino. How? Sister? Because it's not from the same mother, and it was the Hanami for Ben Noach, his mutter, they do no muzar on this. But that's a little bit of a more of a heter that comes and gives us why the Hanami can come and marry her. Okay, log the Gemara weiter.
No, it was the same mother.
Yeah.
Oh, from Shimon. No, but if it was changed around.
Yeah. Meshachachma was also medayik. Why it doesn't say in the pasuk by Yosef Asher Yolda LeYaakov? Because in the days you won't need it says Asher Yolda means it's talking about the Heroyim. And the Heroyim was not Asher Yolda LeYaakov. Because Mazras Tchilo, the more das, Isha Mazras Tchilo is a ben. Over here it was not true. Over here she had the bas. Rochel. And that's why it doesn't say Asher Yolda LeYaakov. Look over there, Meshachachma and Mechana brings it down.
But Rechem was taken from Leo, the same mother. And
Yes. So he was not a Bechoyer.
it's still a sister, same mother.
Yeah, Peterechem depends on the Peterechem. So he was a Bechoyer. He was a Bechoyer Leimoy. Bechoyer Leimoy, yeah. That yes. Yosef was a Bechoyer Leim. Because the Peterechem. Peterechem is with the Shasa Yitzhak. Poiter Maim Reishis mother, right? The Rashi brings over there on Pasuk from Mishlei. Says the Gemara weiter. Let's see the Gemara. Yeah, okay, שנאמר ותקרא שמו דינו. אין מזכירים מייסי ניסים. Says the Gemara, אין מזכירים מייסי ניסים. This is a מייסי ניסים, you don't bring a raya from this, is to make a bracha. ואין בו יסיימה, מייסי דלו בסויך 40 יום, have in 40 days, could come and change also the heroin. כנתניה, 3 יום הראשונים מבקש עוד אורח משלו יסריח. Why? Because you know שבכלל should be coiled the zera to become pregnant. משלושה עד 40 יבקש רק מי שיהיה זוכר. מ-40 יום ועד 3 חודשים יבקש רק מי שלא ינכונה shouldn't come and be misaber again. Why? Because if misaber again, the second one is going to be a yeh sandal. משלושה חודשים עד 6 יבקש רק שלא יהיה נפל. מ-6 עד 9 יבקש רק מי שיהיה צמא שלוים. וכימאנה רחמה Friday Gemara, and up to 40 days it helps you. Nachonam et adam, v'chiman rachme v'omar mitzvah b'rei der Avami. Ish mazriya tchilo yeledes lekeva. Ish mazriya tchilo yeledes zochor. Shenema ish okisazriya v'yoldo zochor. So it doesn't depend. Nachonam depends on Azroy. And with the Gemara chama ma'askile kigoy sheizriu shnei v'vas achas. And mimele you can come and daven for a ben or zochor, and that's up to 40 days. Says the Gemara oyo bo baderech, and he hears over there a koil tzvocha boir, and he says. Daven starts with Daven shouldn't be in his house, it's a tefillah shov. Tonu Rabbono. Maise beilel hazoken. Shoyo bo baderech. V'shoma kol tzvocho boir. He hears over there, and Omar muvtach ani she'ein ze besoich beisi. He's muvtach. He knows for sure that this is not inside his house. He hears a shmuero. He has a bitochen that this doesn't come from him, and the Maharal over here is Marchiv, the Maharal in the Sivas Oilam in Bitochen. In the beginning, the Maharal in the Sivas Oilam Bitochen is Marich over here. And when a person has a Bitochen on that darga, it's a Bitochen. The Bitochen, Hillel had a Bitochen on that darga that this cannot happen to him. This is definitely not going to happen to him. It's not going to happen to him. It's not going to happen to him. So this depends on the Zman, but this doesn't depend on the Zman. Someone who has Bitochen is the Malo Mila Zman. The Malo Mila Zman. Says the Gemara. All of Akos Voimer, Mishmur Ro Loiro, Nochoy Liboy, Botuach Bo. You know, he has a bitochen that nothing bad is going to happen to him, and Mishmur Ro Loiro, and he's not going to have a tzora. Says the Gemara, Omar Rove, Kol Eiche, the Darshas Laikro, we darshan a Mereisha Sefer Midrash, Misefer Lereisha Midrash, and the Gemara explains how. Mereisha Sefer Midrash. Mishmur ro lo yiro. What's the reason? Matam. Nochoy libo batuach bo. Yeah, Hashem. Sorry. Umiseifer lereisha midrash. Nochoy libo batuach b'Hashem. If his heart is right, so then he's nochoy batuach b'Hashem. Mishmur ro lo yiro. The person is not going to be scared of a shmur ro. Ayu talmidei David calls it Basrei, the Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Yosi b'Shuka de Tzion. Chazi, he sees Rabbi Shmuel to this time they call mafchid. He's scared. Omar Leis, Rabbi Shmuel tells him, it's a similar to your sin. You sinned. You're choite. Why? Because the pachad is only comes from sins. The ksiv pochad u'betzion chatoim. Omar Lei v'oksiv asher yodam mefachad tomid. It's a milet a person to be scared. Omar Lei. So Rabbi Shmuel tells him, "Ahu b'divrei Torah ksiv." That means a person should be always scared. Maybe he's going to forget his learning. That's the person asher yodam mefachad tomid. Yehuda bar Nosna v'shokil was in Basrei der Rav Amnuna Isnach. He give a krecht. Omar Leis, Rav Amnuna tells him, Isurim boy be'au gavre le'asuya nafshayu. The person wants to bring on him Isurim. Why? Because as you said beforehand, Anocha meshaberes gufay shalodom. So you want to bring on yourself Isurim. Kilechsiv ki pachad bochadati ve'yosei. That means it brings on me. Ve'asher yogoti yovoili. Ve'edik mo'e ve'oksiv asher yodom mefachad tomid. It's a good thing. Ahu b'divrei Torah ksiv. Says the Gemara, we learned in the Mishnah, Anichnas lekrach. So he makes two different tefillahs. When he comes in, he makes a tefillah. When he goes out, Ben Azai says he makes 4. 2 when he comes in and 1 when he goes out. Tonu Rabbono, v'knizosoi ma'u oimer. Yirot mifonecha Hashem le'keli shetach. He said, "Nikach ze le'sholom." That means he's tzoik al osif, as we said in the Mishnah. And Nichnas oimer moida ani lefonecha Hashem le'kai she'ich nastani lekrach ze le'sholom. He's moida an she'ova. Bikesh Lot says, before he's just about to leave the Oimer, he also after he goes out, he's Moed al Ova, and he says, או מויד אני לפניך השם אלוהיך שתצאני מכך זה לשלום, כשם שתצאני לשלום כך תוליכני לשלום, תסמיכני לשלום, וסצידני לשלום, וסצילי מכך ואוהב בדרך. As we're going back to the news of Tfilas HaDerech. Omar HaMasne, לא ישונו, when we make this davening, only, אלו בקרח, שאין דונין, והורגים בו. נכון אמן? This, over there, all kinds of bad people. Less din, less dayan. Whoever wants can come and do whatever he wants. There's no din, there's no dayan. Now, he's scared that he will get killed. Less din, less dayan. Everyone does whatever he wants there. But what about the krach? Zog di Gemore, avol bekrach, shedonin, and only after a din vehoyergim boy, less lobo, we don't make this bracha. Ikidam Omar HaMasne, afilu bekrach, shedonin vehoyergim boy, only they're gonna kill him only by a mishpet. Zimnin, לא למשרה ליידיש. Sometimes they're going to come and be malil alilu shekel on this person. And he's not going to have anyone to come and to speak good about him. And they're going to kill him also for no reason. A person should always come and daven for these things. Dolu Rabbanon. Anichnas lebeis hamerchetz. And that time, our beis hamerchetz was a sakone, as we spoke a few times, because there was fire underneath the floor. And sometimes the floor could come and crack and collapse. If you was in Metzada once, yeah, you could see over there in Metzada, in one of the rooms over there, you could see that the way they had the Beis HaMerchetz, they had the water, hot water, or fire underneath the thing. They would come and sit there. It's a Mokum Sakone. Today, Beis HaMerchetz is not anymore Mokum Sakone. Then it was a Mokum Sakone Beis HaMerchetz. Says the Gemara. If a person goes into Beis HaMerchetz, don't know about it. Anichas Beis HaMerchetz oimer. Yeirot mifonecho Hashem Elokai shetatzileni מזה, ומכיוצא בו, ועל ירא בדבר כלכלה ואובין, וירא בדבר כלכלה ואובין, ונגלדאי, תהי מיסוסי כפור לכל אבן אויסי. אומר אביי, לא לימה איניש אוכל. A person shouldn't come and say, and if yes, I will, no, why? ולא ליפתח, פומי לעשות. דומר השלוג יוחד על המשפט רבי יוסי לאוילום, על ליפתח אודום פיו לעשותן, and that's only במוקרים סקונה, זו יזוק דמוגן אברום. Omar Avi says, Micro, where do we know where does he learn that the person shouldn't open up his mouth with a sultan? Says the Gemara D'chsiv, it says over there in Yeshaya, Lule Hashem oitir lo duzorit kim'at kizdoim o yinug la'amo yodaminu. And what answers in the Navi? Umay adalo Navi? Shimud var Hashem k'tzina izdoim. So you see, he called him k'tzina izdoim. Ah, you said that you're a zdoim. Bakasha, you're a zdoim. Ki nofik. When he leaves the Beis HaMerchetz, what does he say? What bracha? May oimer. Omar Rav Ochem. Moidani lefonecha Hashem lekai she'itzaltani min ha'ur, from the fire that's in the Beis HaMerchetz. Rabavo al libei banei. Libei bane, Bei bane is a Beis HaMerchetz. In Aramaic, Bei bane is a Beis HaMerchetz. So, Rabavo went to the Beis HaMerchetz. Avchis Bei bane mitutei. What happened? Suddenly it collapsed. No, it's a big danger, as we said. Israchish leinise vekom alamdude. It was pumped over there, stayed one pole that it didn't collapse, and exactly on this, Rabavo was hanging. Exactly on that hanging. Vishozi when he got saved. Meo vechad gavre bechad eivre. That means he was holding in his hand another 101 people that were there with him. He was standing on this pole, and he saved another 101 people that were standing with him. Omar says Rabavo, Ainu de Ravache. That's what Ravache said, that the person when he comes into a Beis HaMerchetz, he has to come to thank. Omar Ravache anichas leokis dam oimer yirot v'fanecha Hashem likai she'isik zel yirfuah v'terpeini ki keil roife ne'emon ato u'refuoscho emes, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes and pays, we don't pay him money. Refuoscho emes, lefi she'ei darko shel bnei Odom le'rapos elo she'noagu, because be'emes a person shouldn't come and ask for refuah b'chlal. He should daven. And Mimele says, I'm davening, and that's why because Baruch Hu should come and pay me. Omar Abai lo leimei nishocha. A person shouldn't say that she'ein darko shel bnei Odom le'rapos, because that's not true. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu brings a choil on a person, and a person ein reshus le'israpos only by a roife. The tono, the way Rabbi Shmuel, v'rapoi rabbe mikan shenitno reshus le'roife le'rapos. Ki kohe, when he would come out to the akozas dam my oimer, Omar Ravache, Boch Roife Chinom. The person in the Chai is going to say Boch Roife Chinom. Okay, let's say that we're going to stop over here. It's already exactly the time. Of course, we turn to the back.